Coach Clayton McMillan, a Whakarewarewa rugby diehard. From 100 plus games for Bay of Plenty, to their coach, to leading the Chiefs. And now, he's in Ireland, taking charge of the legendary Munster Rugby Club. It's the same Munster that stunned the All Blacks back in 1978. The club and its fierce Red Army expect nothing less than excellence. Clayton's mission? To deliver. Kia ora Clayton, it's awesome to be here with you in Ireland. What's it been like here for you?
Coming to Munster, Limerick and Ireland, it's been a massive move for myself and the family. The people have been great. Couldn't have asked for a better introduction to Irish life.
We've all heard of Munster. It's such a famous club. Must have been quite a surreal experience or phone call, I guess, when you got it to say, are you interested?
Yeah, it was. And you're right, like Munster's got a rich history, not just in Irish rugby, but against a lot of touring teams, including the All Blacks.
Donald Spring, another one of the fine Munster players. It's over! Munster have won! History has been made!
To get a call sort of in the New Zealand summer to see if I was interested in coming across was a little bit of a surprise and not something that I was too keen to do initially, but the more I thought about it, I thought, it's a great opportunity, and eventually we ended up here.
Yeah, obviously it's a club with a big reputation and a loyal fan base, and the community, I guess, has high expectations. So do you feel a bit of pressure coming in? I mean, they only really want you to win, I guess, or do really well here?
Oh, there's always pressure. There's always pressure no matter what job you're in. Being a coach in professional rugby can be a pretty fickle job. There's lots of examples of coaches being kicked out the door back of poor performances. So that pressure is always there. But what's put me in good stead is that you just commit yourself fully to the job. That you understand that people are your greatest asset. That you get alongside your staff, your coaches, your supporters, and more importantly your players to help them realise their potential, to understand what we're playing for, and to provide them a platform where they can go out and express themselves. That's what we're endeavouring to do here, and if we do that and we perform somewhere near our potential, we'll win games, and I might be here for a little bit longer.
From this Chiefs side.
With the Chiefs, Clayton built a powerhouse, lifting them to the top tier of Aotearoa rugby. But success came with heartbreak. 3 consecutive grand finals, and 3 times falling just short of their ultimate prize. So Chiefs was well known for Chiefs mana and Māori culture. Do you bring a bit of that into Munster?
Just through a different lens, I think that cultural piece for me is around whakawhanaungatanga, around feeling a sense of belonging to something and someone, somewhere. And so that doesn't change wherever you go. Again, it's about people, you look after your people, they'll look after you.
The Chiefs tonight have thrown everything at the Crusaders.
I was quite sad that the Chiefs couldn't win. Do you feel like it's unfinished business over there, or have you been able to move on? Or how did you finish up, I guess, with the Chiefs, and how were your feelings, I guess, at the end?
That's a really good question, and one I've reflected on lots. The simple answer for me is that I'm at peace, because I know that internally, myself, all the coaches, the staff and the players felt like we did everything that we possibly could to set the team up for success, and really that's all you can ask for. You've just got to be good enough on the day. And obviously we've been to the final a number of times and fallen short, and you just need to keep reminding yourself that at the end of the year there's one team walks away happy and the other 11 walk away disappointed, just at different stages of the season, and in a lot of respects it hurts a lot more to sort of get deep into the competition and finish at the final hurdle. But I wouldn't want to change that if it meant that we're finishing earlier on in the season and we didn't give ourselves that opportunity to win a title. So Yeah, look, there's disappointment, but yeah, there's a small degree of comfort knowing that we gave it our best shot, and it just wasn't good enough against quality opposition every time we got there.
I watched this video of Ricky Stewart talking about his work-ons, and it was like he could never appreciate any moment, really. Is there a work-on that you've wanted to focus on in your coaching tenure, I guess, that you wanted to improve on? Or
I've had some massive learnings over the years. When I initially started coaching, I would say I was a lot more emotionally invested in games because although I didn't sort of see myself getting to where I am now, I definitely was competitive, and I really hated losing, and that was evident to see through my probably body language, but more importantly, what I was communicating to players. And I mean, early on in my career, we lost some games for Bay of Plenty, and I would have had some massive blow-ups. And immediately after doing that, I just felt sick. Realised that I'd actually given them nothing. I'd given them nothing to improve the situation, and then made a commitment that I'd never behave in that way again, and I'm really proud of myself that I haven't, and so that's just one of the learnings around being in this job, which is in the public eye, and everyone has an opinion, and that's that everyone is entitled to that. It just comes back to again what you believe in, being yourself, bringing the best of yourself, giving everything, and win, lose or draw, walking away knowing that you've done that, and that's all you can do.
now in Munster Red, Clayton's bringing his learnings, leadership and relentless drive, ready to take on one of the most demanding seasons of his career. And so you're probably a few weeks away from the team running out here, the Red Army turning up. Your first game as head coach, are you excited for that?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. We worked really hard in the pre-season, and if you get reward for pre-season effort, then we're going to do really well. Reality is that doesn't always happen. You still got to go out and play and quit yourself with whatever we're presented with on the day. So there's lots of good teams here, it's a long season, so it's not just about performing on one day, it's about sort of bouncing back week after week after week after week. And but just like in Super Rugby, you do that to accumulate enough points to give yourself a chance to get to the big dance at the end of the year, and we'll be doing everything we can to help try and bring that to fruition.
Now, with your squad, how's all the accents going? Like, can you all understand each other, or are there similarities with back home?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. I've found the transition over to Ireland quite easy, because I think in a lot of ways we are so similar. The landscape looks the same. The humour of the people, the warmth of the people reminds me a lot of home. They love their rugby. So those things have been easy. The language obviously is English. You have to get your ear in because they speak fast, and it's a little different. But they're good people. I've really enjoyed the team and everyone associated with it, and really can't wait for the games to kick off and experience what our fans bring to the table.
I heard Clayton's mum is still working at the Whakarewarewa Rugby Club, currently the best club in the Bay of Plenty, having won both the men's and women's divisions. My dad and his brothers will be so proud. The Munster season kicked off 2 weeks ago and Clayton's team has won both games. Great start.